The Black Panther is a mantle has been something said from executive producer Nate Moore as a means to justify the title of this film. That's fine. Do whatever you want. Make whoever you want to be the mantle of Black Panther. Not this guy's issue. What this guy wants is for the character that Chadwick Boseman played to resume existing in Marvel for the next decade plus. Not for that character to be killed, not to be ended, to be over and disappear. That would be in opposition of progress. What I want is for this character to be in the mainstay for years and years and years and kind of elevate the same way that Batman did. You know, it's got my Batman standards for the Black Panther out here just being not racist. Black Panther is a mantle. This is Bashinga. Boom, Bashinga. First Black Panther. We even have that Black Panther from million BC. That was a Black Panther there. See that mantle? Here's another Black Panther on the side right here. This is Azuri. Black Panther again. We got T'Chaka, father of T'Challa. You know who was the Black Panther between T'Chaka and T'Challa? This dude here. His name was apostrophe YAN. Sion? I'm going to go with Sion the way Theo Butler says. We got Shuri was a Black Panther. And we got T'Challa. Let's listen in on what T'Challa said in the MCU about the mantle.
The Black Panther has been the protector of Wakanda for generations. The mantle passed from warrior to warrior. Now, because your friend murdered my father, I also wear the mantle of king.
Let's listen to what Nate Moore heard.
The mantle passed from warrior to warrior.
Let's not ignore the generation part. Currently, in the generation that exists, where there's a Fantastic Four running around, where there's a Deadpool running around, the generation where there's a Spider-Man, the present, the one who is Black Panther is the guy named T'Challa. He's this generation's Black Panther. Should Marvel do some sort of like storyline or thing where time actually passes in their comic books and they move forward? We can open the door for someone else to be the Black Panther. But in this generation, T'Challa was the Black Panther for most of that. And there was a little short period point where Shuri was the Black Panther. And I assure you with all my heart that the comic books covering that time period were focused on T'Challa and how he wasn't Black Panther anymore and how he was living in New York City doing Daredevil's work. Comic books were coming out following him while she was the Black Panther. And then she died. So let's count the Black Panther Man Without Fear comic books. And let's count how many Shuri got. She got like 4. There's a difference here. Shuri as the Black Panther is a story point, not a franchise. To those of you, we got him. He just said something anti-women because for some reason the male-female seems to be driving in this discussion. Killmonger gives zero this amount of fucks about male representation, female representation. I just know that the Black Panther is the number one top superhero with dark skin. He and Storm might fight for this hard. Monica Rambeau fight for this hard. I kindly request for you to buy that Monica Rambeau comic book that's going to be sold in December. I'm going to get every comic and every variant comic because I know I can change the world if I buy enough of those comics and it's reflected in Marvel's sales data and they go, what do you know? We had this character lying around the whole time. We probably should have given Monica her own series years ago and would have reaped the benefits of that. That's what I'm going to do for Black women. I do meaningful representation, not secondary representation, which is what Shuri is. Can you imagine if they made Robin the Batman for the next few years? They're just like, listen, okay. Christian Bale, you did a great job. You were the Batman. But Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you're going to play Batman now. Just your character, that Robin thing that you played in Dark Knight Rises, you're going to be the Batman. That would be useless. It would be the work of a Robin elevating the Batman brand or rocking the Batman brand when he's not really Batman. And then it would switch over to actual Bruce Wayne later on whenever they would go to Ben Affleck. Bad analogy, I understand. But there's really no good analogy to this. It is actually a really stupid thing to have Shuri do be Black Panther and be that top dog for a short period of time. Let's say the MCU ends in 10 years. When they start over again, they're gonna cast everybody all over again. They're gonna cast a little 10-year-old Shuri because they know that the new MCU, the second cinematic universe, will also be going for like 30 years. So they'll get a little 10-year-old Shuri. They'll start with a T'Challa, who's Black Panther. That'll be the first movie. Any progress you're looking for, if you've been emotionally manipulated into believing that this is like a female centric thing and it's positive representation, you're looking at the wrong place for your female representation. I look at the top. I look at, wait, what the hell's going on with Monica? Why is she the second in a Captain Marvel movie? Even if you change the title to The Marvels, I'm not fooled. This is the Brie Larson second film on her contract for a major appearance. They called it Captain Marvel 2 at Comic-Con 2019. I'm not pretending this is, well, it's a team movie. Miss me. I'm looking at the top. Monica deserves her own film. When they do Storm, I'm looking for her to have a way better outing than she did in all those other appearances. I don't look at, well, okay, there's going to be a whole lot of women in the Black Panther being featured nicely. That's my positive female representation. I want primary female representation. In the Black Panther franchise, the Black Panther guy is the main one. Shuri, as the Black Panther, is not meaningful, everlasting, permanent representation. In 2018, after the success of the movie, they dropped a comic book. Yeah, it's a lot of comic books today called Shuri. Beautiful artwork, right? Let's open the first gosh darn page of this comic, and the writing is small. I'll read it. It says, for years, Shuri watched her older brother T'Challa rule Wakanda as the Black Panther. When she developed skills of her own, such as building vibranium-based defenses and weapons. But there came a time T'Challa was needed elsewhere, and the Black Panther mantle fell to Shuri. When Thanos' Black Panther invaded Wakanda, Shuri fought them off, but at the cost of her own life. That was it, by the way. That short little blip of the fictional biography of this character, it was covered over here with her fighting Thanos' forces. That was it. That's how significant that was. It's a story point. It's not a franchise. Let's keep reading just so you know. Her soul journeyed to the Dajalia, the plane of Wakandan memory. There, the spirits of her ancestors endowed Shuri with the powers Wakanda's legendary warriors and the knowledge of Wakanda's long history before she returned to the land of the living. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You mean she has other powers that isn't Black Panther claws and fighting? You mean like she's gonna die, return with the knowledge of the warriors, and have this special? Shuri has her own powers. I know you guys don't read comics. You're like, oh, this is great. This girl has her own identity, and her full potential can be met. I can't wait for Shuri to die in the movie so that she can get her own original thing that exists and only belongs to her. That's a positive. Yes. Hope Letitia Wright signed for a whole bunch of well, no, we don't care about Letitia Wright because she says things that we disagree with. Oh, my bad. I'm trying to keep up with you idiots. Yes, I'm very insulting today. I really think you guys are the worst. The last thing says, with her brother and the Dora Milaje at her side, Shuri now uses her accumulated skills and wisdom to help safeguard her nation. Wakanda forever is what it says. Issue number 1 of Shuri. That's who Shuri is. I want what's best for this character, and being the secondary someone else is never the best for any character. Sorry, you Miles Morales Spider-Man's fans, but if I say the word Spider-Man, you're not thinking of Miles first. The Black Panther is a mantle, sure, for generations. This generation belongs to the character that Chadwick Boseman played, which another actor can play, and resume the hard work and dedication and effort and accent and training and everything that Chadwick Boseman did doesn't need to end. Killing the character is very disrespectful. Killing the character and ending and ceasing the involvement of that character in mainstream media is something befitting of what a racist would do, who was upset that a black man as king was being prominently featured, being introduced and entering homes of not just black folk, but white folk too. And that messes up with the message, the narrative. I have been Chillmonger, Truthmonger, not lying to you monger. The Black Panther is a mantle monger. That goes from generation to generation. I actually forgot the word I was gonna say, so I had to I was pretending like I knew what I was gonna say the whole time and emphasizing it. And I forgot what it was. Black Panther is a mantle that gets passed on from generation to generation.